In the rainy season, we got few chances to play cricket in the road. I don't know how many of you will still play cricket in the road, but back in the day, that was a huge thing. The entire village came out, all your neighbors, all your friends, and we played cricket in the road. For whenever we were at the game, the rains came down, chasing us into the yard again. That was the way it was in Mayaro in the rainy season, or wet season as we call it. The skies were always overcast. And over the sea, the rain clouds hung low and grey and scowling. And the winds blew in and whipped angrily through the palms. I want you all to imagine that. Heavy rain, heavy winds. And when the winds were strongest and raging, the low-hanging clouds would become dense and black. And the sea, the ocean would roar. And the torrents of rain would come sweeping with all their tumult upon us. Now, that's a big word. A very big word, tumult, but that means it's angry, it's loud, it's a lot of rain. You can hear it, I'm sure you can hear it. Keep your eyes closed. We had just run in from the rain. Amy and Vern from next door were in good spirits and laughing, for oddly enough, they seemed to enjoy the downpour as much as playing cricket in the road. I love rain as well. Amy was in our yard, giggling and pretending to drink the falling rain, with her face all wet and her clothes drenched. And Vern, who was sheltering under the eaves, excitedly jumped up to join her. "Rain, rain, go to Spain," they shouted. "Rain, rain, go to Spain." Say it with me. "Rain, rain, go to Spain. Rain, rain, go to Spain." And presently their mother, who must have heard the noise and knew, appeared from next door. And Vern and Amy vanished through the hedge. I stood there, depressed about the rain. And when I put Vern's bat and ball underneath the house and went indoors, I said to myself, you know what, that's a stoops. You're not allowed to do it. I had been batting when the rains came down. It was only when I was batting that the rains came down. What luck. I wiped my feet so I wouldn't soil the sheets and went up on the bed. I was sitting, sad, and wishing that the rain would really go away. Go to Spain, as Vern said, remember? Rain, rain, go to Spain. When my heart seemed to jump out of me, a deafening peal of thunder struck across the sky, so they heard loud thunder. What sound thunder makes? Or something like that. Quickly, I closed the window. The rain hammered awfully on the rooftop, and I kept tense for the thunder which I knew would break again, and for the unearthly flashes of lightning. So thunder and lightning, heavy rain. Secretly, I was afraid of the violent weather. I was afraid of the rain and of the thunder and the lightning that came with them, and the sea beating against the headlands and the storm winds and everything being so deathlike when the rains were gone. I started again at another flash of lightning, and before I had recovered from this, yet another terrifying peal of thunder hit the air. I screamed. I heard my mother running into the room. Thunder struck again, and I dashed under the bed. "Cello, cello, first bat," Vern shouted from the road. You know what first bat is? First bat means that you're batting first. So before the game started, people would shout out first bat. And when first bat gone, second bat, third bat, because you're trying to bat first, you're trying to bat early. The rains had ceased and the sun had come out, but I was not quite recovered yet. I brought myself reluctantly to look out from the front door, and there was Vern, grinning and impatient and beckoning to me. "First bat," he said, as if noting my indifference. He looked towards Amy, who just came out to play. "Who's second bat?" he said. "Me," I said. "Me," shouted Amy almost at the same time. "Amy second bat," Vern said. "No, me first," I protested. Vern grew impatient while Amy and I argued. Then an idea seemed to strike him. He took out a penny from his pocket, a 1-cent piece, if you ever saw one. "Toss for it," he said. "What you want?" "Heads," I called. "Tails," cried Amy. "Tails bound to come." The coin went up in the air, fell down and overturned, showing tails. "I'm not playing," I cried, stung. And as that did not seem to disturb enough, I ran towards where I had put Vern's bat and ball and disappeared with them behind our house. Right? So I took Vern's bat and ball. Then I flung them with all my strength into the bushes. When I came back to the front of the house, Vern was standing there dumbfounded. "Cello, where's the bat and ball?" he asked. I was fuming. "I don't know about any bat or any ball." "Tell on him," cried Amy. "He threw them away." Vern's mouth twisted with a forced smile. What's our old bat and ball?" he said and shrugged. But as he walked out the yard, I saw tears glinting from the corners of his eyes. For the rest of that rainy season, we never played cricket in the road again. Sometimes the rain ceased and the sun came out brightly, and I heard the voices of Amy and Vern on the other side of the fence. At such times, I would go out into the road and whistle to myself, hoping they would hear me and come out, but they never did. And I knew they were still very angry and probably would never forgive me. And so the rainy season went on, and it was fearful as ever, with the thunder and lightning and waves roaring in the bay and the strong winds. But the people who talked of all this said this was the way Mayaro was, and they laughed about it. And sometimes, when through the rain and even thunder, I heard Vern's voice on the other side of the fence shouting, "Rain, rain, go to Spain," it puzzled me. How could it be so? For often I had made up my mind that I would be brave, but when the thunder cracked, I always dashed under the bed. It was the beginning of the new year when I saw Vern and Amy again. The rainy season was happily long past, and the day was hot and bright, and as I walked towards home, I saw that I was walking towards Vern and Amy, just about to start a game of cricket in the road. My heart thumped violently. They looked strange and new, as if they had gone far away and did not want to come back anymore. They did not notice me until I came up quite near. And then I saw Amy start, her face all lit up. "Vern," she cried, "Vern, look, cello." Embarrassed, I looked at the ground and the trees. I looked at the orange sky. And I was so happy I didn't know what to say. Vern stared at me, a strange grin on his face. He was ripping the cellophane paper off a brand new bat. "Cello, here, you first bat," he said gleefully. And I cried, as though it were raining and I was afraid. The end.